Today, we're exploring the incredible tale of Gunga, the Bengal tiger who became a legend in his own right. Buckle up, because this story is wilder than you can imagine. Our story begins in the mid-19th century, in the exotic land of Awadh, now part of modern-day Uttar Pradesh, India. Picture lush landscapes, exotic palaces, and at the center of it all, a young Bengal tiger named Gunga. Gunga wasn't just any tiger. He was the prized possession of the Emperor of Awadh himself. Can you imagine having a tiger as a pet? Well, for royalty in those days, it wasn't uncommon. But little did the Emperor know that his feline friend was destined for greatness beyond the palace walls. In 1857, a pivotal year in Indian history, Gunga's life took an unexpected turn. British authorities, who were increasingly involved in Indian affairs, decided that this magnificent beast deserved a grander stage. And so, Gunga was whisked away from the only home he'd ever known, embarking on a long journey across land and sea to the heart of the British Empire, London. Now, you might be wondering, why would they move a tiger halfway across the world? Well, my friends, the Victorians had a fascination with exotic animals, and zoological gardens were all the rage. But Gunga wasn't destined to be just another attraction. He was about to become the star of the show. Here's where our story takes a turn that might shock modern animal lovers. In those days, it wasn't uncommon for zoos to stage fights between different species. And Gunga? He became the undisputed champion of these brutal spectacles. Over his lifetime, Gunga is said to have faced off against and defeated nearly 30 lions. Can you believe it? 30 lions. That's more than most of us will have seen in our entire lives, let alone fought. But it wasn't just the number of victories that made Gunga famous. It was the way he fought. Eyewitnesses described him as one of the most dangerous Bengal tigers in history. His strength, his agility, his sheer ferocity, it was unlike anything they'd ever seen. Now, let me tell you about the fight that cemented Gunga's place in history. It happened sometime between 1857 and 1859, not long after his arrival in London. But before we get to the fight itself, there's a twist in the tale. You see, Gunga wasn't exactly in fighting shape. Just before this epic battle, he had attacked his keeper, a stark reminder that even a tame tiger is still a wild animal at heart. In the struggle, Gunga was struck with a crowbar, leaving him blind in one eye. So picture this, the one-eyed tiger, in a strange land, about to face off against a lion described as in its prime at 6 to 7 years old. The odds didn't look good for our hero. The fight began, and at first, it seemed like Gunga's luck had run out. The lion gained the upper hand, and spectators thought they were about to witness the end of Gunga's reign. But then, in a move that would make any action movie star proud, Gunga turned the tables around. Using his powerful back legs, he managed to tear open the lion's stomach while lying on his back. It was a move no one saw coming, least of all the lion. The battle was over in just 10 minutes. The lion, sadly, didn't survive. Gunga, against all odds, recovered from his injuries and lived to fight another day. After this incredible victory, Gunga became the talk of London. He was known by several names, some called him Nina Sahib or Nina Shahib. But whatever name they used, everyone knew who they were talking about. Gunga's fame spread far and wide. He became one of the biggest attractions at the zoological garden, drawing crowds who wanted to catch a glimpse of the tiger who had defeated so many lions. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this all true? It sounds too incredible to believe. And you're right to be skeptical. After all, history has a way of turning tales into legends. While some of the stories about Gunga might be exaggerated, after all, 30 lions is a lot. His reputation as a formidable fighter is well documented in multiple historical sources. Newspapers, eyewitness accounts, and official records all speak of Gunga's incredible feats. As we look back on Gunga's story from our modern perspective, it's important to remember that times were different then. The treatment of animals in captivity has come a long way since the 19th century, and today, we focus on conservation and education rather than spectacle. But Gunga's tale remains a fascinating glimpse into history. So there you have it, The incredible tale of Gunga, the tiger who became a legend. From the palaces of India to the zoological gardens of London, from underdog to undefeated champion, Gunga's story continues to captivate us more than 150 years later. What do you think about Gunga's story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.